Everybody, welcome back. Got another video for you. This time it's some thoughts on some things that I typically kind of give out there to hopefully help you think about what's coming in game and raids, all that kind of thing. And then we've got a little bit of a twist on something that I think's pretty guaranteed to come. I'm hearing from pretty reliable sources that we've got someone you know what, I'll just get to it in a second. So anyway, for those of you who are new, I typically try to do efficiency guides, stuff that kind of help play the game a little better, some stuff that I'm either hearing or thinking or stuff to think about. So if you want to see some of that stuff or just generally want to hang out, you know, link to the Discord is in the description below, and we can be buddies and friends and pals and all that kind of stuff. Not, thanks for stopping by anyway. Love you. Leave a like, subscription, whatever. Anyway, let's get to this video and talk about the Astonishing XMen and who are we utterly thinking about is going to come to this game.
Bring me WolverThor!
All right, look, I know everybody wants to hear about the Astonishing XMen concern I've got. Maybe not everybody, maybe nobody, I don't know. But regardless, we're gonna start with what we think is really going to happen for sure. You know, everyone's talking about Moon Knight, but is that a little bit of a distraction? I mean, look, White Tiger, I think with the strike time video we saw in that text below, whether that was a Easter egg or something that they didn't mean to do, I think there is a good chance that White Tiger could come. I literally know nothing about that one outside of the strike time thing, which I think, you know, look, it makes sense. We need somebody for defenders. We need, I don't know if we need mystic characters necessarily for Doom, but the defenders could use some help for sure. And assuming that she goes there, maybe she will, I don't know. But we've got this other character coming to the game for sure. If it's, you know, and look, if it's not White Tiger, I mean, we could think a whole bunch of, but we got to remember it is also going to be Valentine's Day, right? And I know Tana's going to be upset that it's probably not Rogue and Gambit. Maybe it is. Maybe they'll surprise him and he'll get super excited about it, and I'll be excited for him, and I'm sure many of us will, you know, cheer because we like those characters ourselves as well. But I think there's another love duo that we're missing here. One of them's already in game, so we just need the other one. Now, where this character fits in, maybe we'll get in a little bit, and you know, you can see him right over here, and it's not Moon Knight. It's somebody else who moves and utterly all, and it's Hellcow. Yeah, Hellcow. What? You never heard of Hellcow? I mean, look, this is almost guaranteed to make sense for this release, right? Like the love, look at this. Do you see this? Look at the love that these two share. There is clearly a bond that makes sense for Valentine's Day here. I mean, we already had a Deadpool with the skin on it. I mean, maybe we get an X-Force Deadpool that goes in place with the current Deadpool and maybe plays with them a little better and removes the hidden taunt from Domino. And then this red Deadpool goes with Hellcow for Valentine's Day because they're in love. Clearly hearts. I mean, look at this. This is fun. They're like clearly loving each other. And we get a character that we've really desperately, you know, maybe not wanted, but I think you'll realize that you needed. Hellcow has been needed in this game since the beginning. How we have not brought this up before is beyond me. Frankly, I think Hellcow should have been something we stood up for a long time ago. So I'm expecting and demanding and will be utterly upset if we do not get Hellcow coming in this month in this patch, because it just makes sense given this love dynamic, right? So now who the heck is Hellcow? It's Bessie. All right, so I mean, clearly it's a cow, right? It's a vampire cow. Now remember, Jubilee also had a vampire stint, so maybe, just maybe, Jubilee's gonna have some synergy with Hellcow as well, where if Jubilee is paired up with Hellcow, she gets a whole new set of abilities that, you know, kind of tie into that vampire aspect. And guess what? We know Blade's out there, right? So why not bring Hellcow in now to kind of start moving towards some sort of vampiric team? I don't know if it's going to be called Supernatural or Supernatural 2 or just the vampires, but that makes a whole lot of sense, right? I think you guys are with me here. So, Bessie made her official debut in Giant Size Man Thing number 5 in 1975. So she's got some age on her. She has it reprinted in some bonus pages of Silver Surfer versus Dracula. And she had obviously the Deadpool team up that we all know about, that was written by Rick Spears and penciled by Philip Bond and inked by Daniel Brown. So I think these guys are really craving to get her into the game. She's been around since 1675. She was a domesticated cow who is in a Swiss farm, and she became prey to Count Dracula, who is another potential legendary that could go on this vampire team. And maybe, you know, I've kind of mentioned before about Astonishing XMen. This isn't the transition yet, but I've talked about Astonishing XMen maybe needed a legendary. Maybe it's Count Dracula, right? And then the Jubilee aspect, maybe it's when Jubilee's with Count Dracula and Hellcow and Blade and one other vampire. I don't know, Morpheus? No, not Morpheus. Sorry, Neo, you're not in this game. I wish you were. Maybe they all come together and form this great team. And the red Deadpool maybe could still be there. I don't know. That's maybe a little bit of a stretch with the skin there. I was kind of joking. Not that any of this other stuff is a joke at all. It's dead serious. But yeah, so I see Bessie come in here. There's some story here where we talk about Howard the Duck investigating deaths of 4 farmers in Ohio. So maybe Howard the Duck starts squeezing in here a little bit. That makes a lot of sense. I think, he is a good character for this type of thing. Powers and abilities. Before becoming a vampire, Bessie could produce more milk than the average cow. I mean, do we really need to talk anymore? I mean, that's pretty OP in this game. So she was well favored by her owner. As Hellcow, she possesses characteristics tantamount to that of Dracula's, such as being able to suck blood from humans and being immortal. So she basically will never die. So she's gonna be like Deadpool, maybe, where unless you do it in a certain order, they'll never die. She could transform into half cow, half bat form. So that means she can fly. And so when she flies, she can like shoot her milk everywhere or something. I feel like that's makes sense. So she could disappear into nothingness. So maybe some evades, maybe some stealths. She can turn into gas. So, there is a cow gas thing for all you environmentalists out there. So this, again, it makes sense. And we know Scopely is very tied into the environment and trying to get things on social issues. So this stuff, it makes sense. She has super bovine strength and agility. It's going to happen, right? Let's just guarantee this is going to happen right now. Move over Moon Knight. No. We want Bessie. We want Hellcow. We expect Hellcow. It is the team that you wanted for Valentine's Day. Show the love. Give it to us. Okay. Not back to, but let's talk about the Astonishing XMen. So, I've got a big concern. All right. And I started talking about this, I don't know, last week or two, where I started looking into the kits a little bit more as a holistic team. Look, I'm not going to go through these kits in crazy detail. You guys know what they are. But one of the things that is major missing that I've been talking about is focus, right? I talked about it with Iceman and all these different things. And, I was worried about his focus. And, I started looking at these kits and, Beast has this. He clears negative effects on self, heals himself, blah, 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 gets these buffs. Cool story. Got some resistance gain. And you're just missing all these different types of buffs. And I'm like, all right, Kitty heals. She gets some evade or heals on some of these dodges. Some evades. It's like, all right, somebody who's really low. It's a cool Iceman slows. And then we got the stuff with Bishop where he's doing some damage. He can do that Drax Taunt-esque, get some offensive up. I'm like, it's short cooldowns. I'm like, all right, but what else you got here? I'm like, what you guys are missing here? And then you can jump into Jubilee, it's the same thing. What are we missing here? What's gonna happen in a raid for a team that needs to count on heals, that doesn't really have a real tank? Granted, Bishop seems pretty nice with, this taunt and if he's above a certain health. But what if these guys can't heal? What's going to happen, right? So who do we always have a problem with that can heal block somebody even if they're blinded and happens first turn? And we know Scopely loves to put in raids. A guy named Mordo who has a 2-turn heal block on everybody. And guess what team doesn't have any cleanse anywhere on its roster? Not anywhere. The one thing that we've got here is Beast clearing negative effects from himself. That's it. This really should say negative effects from self and all Astonishing XMen allies, or even if it said if 3 or more Astonishing XMen's present, all Astonishing XMen allies. But there's none. There is literally no cleanse on this team. it doesn't exist. Now, there's a little bit of speed up going on with this team, but I don't look at it like the symbiotes where prior to anti-venom, they could kind of get through their turn so quick that the debuffs almost didn't matter because they'll eventually keep going and still heal enough. This team's not like that. This team is missing that. So while, I think they've got a lot of great components for things, if you get a Mordo or a couple Mordos in a raid node, or, even hand assassins, those early, I know it's only on one character, but you get some heavy heal, a Venom. You see Venoms all over, you see Mordos all over, you see hand assassins all over. We're I think gonna see a lot of heal blocks for this team because it's gonna be a problem. And we know Scopely doesn't like to just hand us nice things very easily. There's a lot of RNG to stuff they give us. There's a lot of things where it's like, well, that didn't go well, so now I've got to pay to do this. And again, like there's nothing here. Offense up, cool. It's attacking and applying disrupted. There's not. If Jubilee's an ally on enemy miss, you heal the most astonished, and it does through heal block. Nope, I don't see anything on through heal block here. So she's not going to be able to do that. And it's like, okay, well then they sit there and they keep taking those hits. Again, I don't need to go through each one of these characters' kits, but that's the way it's set up. So I am wondering if Scopely intended to do this, or did they just straight up miss it? Should they have made, should they have updated Beast's special ability for right here, that it's from self and all Astonishing X-Men allies? In my opinion, it should be, or there should be something here in raids also clear, 1 to 2 negative effects from Astonishing X-Men allies, and once you get to T4, it is for all Astonishing X-Men allies. That would make that, an essential upgrade for sure. But the fact that he's only clearing it from himself, I don't know, man. Not digging it. I'm a little concerned now. Now, again, I will leave you with the fact that I think there is a really good chance, or let me say it this way, is that it would make a lot of financial sense in my mind for Scopely to take the Astonishing X-Men, all 5 of them, and have them be for another legendary unlock. I understand that would be another quick legendary turn, which we don't see very often, but given that 4 of these characters are brand new and Beast, who's been around for a while, isn't really farmable, and a lot of people probably don't have very high up, I could see people pouring money into getting these things 5, 6 stars, maybe 7 stars, which makes sense if there's a legendary there. But if this team doesn't do much in raids, it's going to be, look, it's an opportunity it's lost cost, right? You're missing the opportunity here to make some money if you're Scopely. So I hope I'm wrong there. I hope I'm wrong about, or I hope I'm right about figuring out that they need to do a cleanse on this entire team. But anyway, I've talked enough. I'll leave you with Hellcow. I'll leave you with, Deadpool, all these things, maybe even a little Hellcat for you. I don't know. It really should be a Hellcow song, right? Are we gonna bust this? It's going a little bit. It needs to be a little bit higher, but you guys get the idea, right? All right. Well, anyway, until next time, hammer down like button, notification bell, subscription button. You guys know that drill already. Until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful day.